For the failure mode, instruction incorrect execution of instruction set and the cause memory error, we can take a look at the safety mechanisms to see if there's already something over here. So if we go here, what we see is there is a flash memory check, but there is nothing for a stack overflow or underflow monitoring. There's a couple of things that can be done. So one, it can be added over here, or two, it can be added directly in the form sheet itself. So what we could do is say add safety measure, stack overflow, underflow monitoring. Then we can go over here and we could say under safety mechanisms, stack overflow, underflow monitoring, and we could say violated safety requirements. Let's for now say this is the violated safety requirement. Then recommended action is no safety mechanism is added. We could do the same thing here and we say safety mechanism is stack overflow, underflow monitoring, and could say the violated requirement is and the recommended actions new safety mechanism is added. Then we have the effect which is power supply. Power supply, we could take a look and see if there is anything to do with power supply. There is a PMIC voltage rail check, which is constantly monitoring the IO controller monitors the voltage of the safety critical voltage rails. So this could be the safety mechanism that helps us. We go here, we say the safety mechanism, recommended action, and A. Let's assume that this is good for the moment. And then similarly, we can do the same thing for this particular hazard. Here, again, we're going with the assumption that incorrect execution of instruction set can lead to one of these hazards. And we would say the same thing over here. Safety mechanism is payment voltage rate checks. And recommended action, we say n/a. There we go. So this is an example. Similarly, we could do something like this for, let's say, processor internal communication failure. So we can talk about clock jitter over here, and then we can add another safety mechanism over here, which is, let's say, clock frequency monitoring. Then over here, we could say this is the safety mechanism. Recommended action is new. Safety mechanism is added. And under violated safety requirements, here we can have similarly over voltage, over temperature, we can have temperature monitoring. You can see if this is already included. This is not included, so let's add a safety measure, which is again, you can have different temperature monitors, one for the microcontroller, one for the flash, uh, one for the power supply. But for now, let's just assume it's the failure mode is that of the microcontroller. So we just assume that there is only microcontroller temperature monitoring. Then we add the safety measure. So these are a couple of examples. Now, what we could also do is we could go into the filters, and we could also try to see for which ones we could search based on recommended action. New safety. So I want to see what are the new safety mechanisms that have been added. So new safety mechanisms added. So I know these are the rows where new safety mechanisms are added. So we've added a stack overflow underflow monitoring, then we've added clock monitoring, then we added microcontroller temperature monitoring. Uh, had we also changed this to the process it's in progress? Have we changed this to in review? Again, I'm going to put this in review. Then one can also use the status in review to. So once the form sheet is coming completed, the last part of this is the metrics. Um, and right now, we don't have any metrics available, of course, because we've not used the severity, occurrence, and detectability anywhere, or we've not used action priorities anywhere. We don't have any rating over here. But assuming that this would have been in the template, then metrics is also something that could have been used. So this is, in a nutshell, how to use SLIKWORKS, and we've used this to do the FMEA for a very simple project, which is looking at um, uh, ultrasound sensors to determine if there's an object and see if the vehicle has to do any reaction.